And this is also our responsibility, that when we see to the whole universe and the cosmos, to the world, to the changing season, days and nights, what is happening every day, we should ask that why Allah Almighty created me. This should be the question of everyone. He should ask from himself. Why He created? He created the whole cosmos, the universe first. So there is hadith which is called hadith Qudsi. كنت كنزا مخفيا فأحببت أن أعرف فخلقت الخلق. كنت كنزا مخفيا. Allah says, I was a hidden treasure in myself. छुपा हुआ खजाना. فأحببت أن أعرف. I want that I should be exposed. فخلقت الخلق. I create the human beings. Everything was there, but for his exposure and shown, the human being creation was must. So I have been created for the purpose that I should get the marifat of Allah Almighty. I should know what thy is. This is the purpose of our creations. The second thing is, in the Quran Allah says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I created the human being and the jinn for my ibadah, for my worship, for my not only worship, but they should be servitude to me, for my service, what we call the word servant. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, when human being is created, so he is the combination of two things. One is the body and second is the soul. The soul comes from the Allah Almighty. And the body comes from this earth. What we eat, what is the ultimate results, how it is produced. So when these two combine, we call it human body, or human beings. If you remove the soul, then we call it dead body. I was in the Air Force in Pakistan. So one of the wing commander died. We told to the relative that please take the dead bodies. They said, no, we are afraid. The same person, the more beloved and beloved person, now they say we are afraid he will be in your MI rooms. In the morning when we will be moving to our village, then we will take it. What happened to him? The only thing is there was no soul. So now the two things are combined and both are on the separate orders. For the body, what you need is come from the earth. You need the food, you need the shelter, you need to be in a high position. This all belongs to the earth. And for the soul, what is needed, it comes from the Almighty Allah. So in the Quran, Allah says, I created the nafs, the soul of the human body, both at the same time. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا. And his nafs, or his body, I made it clean and clear. I proportionated, and I have given him all the senses by which he should know the thing. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا. So the perception organ which I have given to him is the eyes, the ear, the nose, the touch, and the smell. These are the 5 perception organs. By these perception organs, what you see, what you hear, what you talk, what you see, what you hear, what you talk, ultimately it makes your conscious. And whatever action you do in the society, it depends on your conception. So perception makes your conception, and conception determines your attitude and your behavior and your action in the society. I will give you an example. A person was going in the way, in the bicycle, he fell on the side of the road and he is injured. One person came He looked into him, he made the video, and he went. The other person came, he came to the injured person, took his money from the pocket, his watch, and a rifle. The third person came in, he said, he's injured. He called the ambulance, put the person in the ambulance, went into the hospital, shouted his emergency, and he did everything for him. Now 3 person has performed 3 different actions, and this action is according to his conception. The first main concept was that when you see such thing, you ignore it. There is no need to, or make the video for the TikTok. The second person concept was that this is the best place, that you will stole everything from him because he is unable to case you or to hold you. So what he had gained in his consequence. The third one was from the civilized society. He performed his role, he was knowing that when I will do it, in this world the people will give me respect, honor, majesty, and in that world Allah Almighty will give me the reward. Now from how this conception came the perceptions. What I am telling you, what you are hearing, what I am telling you, what you are hearing, ultimately you will say this is right. So it wholly depends on you. Yesterday I was talking with some relatives. So I was telling him nowadays we give a concept to our children. What is family? So we give him the concept that family is wife, husband and children. This is a common concept. It is good now. If you say this is wife, husband and children, there is no multimedia. I have got my presentation already. So what about the parents? And what is the word family means? F-A-M-I-L-Y. F means father. A means and. M means mother. I means I. L means love. Father and mother, I love you. This is the wording from the family. So where is your father and mother? Your concept is wife, husband and children. This is the family. So this is actually the animal level of conception. When you just restrict it to the wife, husband and children, you will have to aid your parents. And when you aid your parents, remember one thing, never say the words that my parents are living with me. No. Always use the word I am living with my parents. Because Allah Almighty in the Quran says about the parents, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Anywhere in the Holy Quran when the Allah Almighty say about His monotheism, they don't make shirk and other people with Him. At the same time He will say, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِنْدَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا. If any one of them reach to the old age, فَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ. So don't say in front of them the words uff. And I usually say this, uff is the word which has been chosen by the Almighty Allah in the Quran. This is the word in which your lips are also not closed. The minimum ATPs which you lose is with this word. وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا. And don't say the hard word, but don't restrict them at the same time. They use the words by which you make their heart more disturbed. وَقُلْ لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا. And whenever you are using the word, use the word of respect in front of them. وَفِقْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ. And the wing of your rahmat put on them all the time. وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا. And this is the best dua for the parents. وَقُلْ, or you say, رَبِّ إِمَدِ إِرْحَمْهُمَا. Be mercy on both of them. كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. As they were merciful with me when I was in my infant. When I was the smallest one. So I usually tell my students, that when you were small, what happened to you, you know? Your bladder was not controlled. Your bowel was not controlled. You were unable to walk. You were unable to talk. And what they did at that time, they cleaned you all the time. They give you full time. And when you are saying the word, in the meaning when it is scanning, they become happy. Now my son has started to talk something. And they were repeating the same words with you again and again and again that you should learn it. And when you start walking, how much feel they were feeling happiness when they were holding your hands and they were moving. And telling the people, my son has started now in our area, one of my brothers is from that area. When our kids, when they start, we put something more delicious thing in the way to run in their foods and we distribute it to the people. We feel so much happy. Now they have started walking. So remember, now they are in the same stage. Their bladder is uncontrolled. Their bowel is uncontrolled. Now they can't walk. They can't talk. So remember the wording, رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. Oh my Allah, be merciful on them as they were with me when I was a small child. In the Quran, Allah says, وَمَنْ نُعَمِّرْهُ نُنَكِّسْهُ فِي الْخَلْقِ. When they go to the old age, they go to the same initial stage when they were the small child. So this should be your conception. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in Hadith, هل ترزقون إلا بضعفائكم هل تنصرون إلا بضعفائكم. Whatever the food which you are getting, whatever the position which you have got in the society, there are so many people, so many doctors, you know. How many are here? So many are struggling. So remember, whatever your position, what is your status, what you have got in this society, along with the result and the food, this all is due to these people. So wherever they are living, you are living with them, don't use the word that my father is living with me. No, I am living with my parents. They should get the high prestige. And you know, at the time when the Qiyamah will finish, and the people will go to Jannah and Jahannam, so the parents will feel unhappy. Allah will ask him, why you are unhappy? You want to see your children. Your children are in the same Jannah, but they are in the lower position. You are in the highest position. So what Allah will do, they will not bring the parents to see their children. They will bring the children to see their parents. They will go up and will reach to their position. So this should be your conception, especially our youngsters. And what we see, we will not see in this society. Society is everywhere. What we see in Pakistan, usually what I have come here, I am seeing many things are good here. Your society, your community, how you are getting, how you are doing so many things. Because people are not. And the first day when I came to the mosque in the morning, they were doing the Qunut Nazila in the morning prayer. And that Qunut Nazila is not done in our area. So this is the first thing you should know. This should be your conception. But remember, you added to the word family your parents, still your family is not complete. You will add something more. You will add your relatives. Allah has given you the position, you know you are in the status, you have got everything worldly, and you know there are some people in the country, in that locality which has got the same DNA which you have got it. And they are needy, they are poor. So this money is not only for you. You are an examination. Allah wants to see you that what I have given to you, how you distribute it. In the Quran Allah says, مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. So we usually say, but the result I have given is no. This is not only result. Whatever I have given to him, it is his position, his mind, his status, his values. They spend from it. and they give it to the other people. So you will aid it. And whatever you do with your relatives, remember it. We call it Sile Rahmi. So Sile Rahmi means when you are doing good with your relatives. What is the Prophet peace be upon him hadith? He says, those who are doing this Sile Rahmi, Allah Ta'ala, life is fixed. But the hadith al-Faz is, the word is, if he increased his lifespan, his result in everything become abundance for him. Everything. So lifespan is how increased. You will take the work in 2 years, which one person will do it in 20 years. You will give the opportunity to your relatives. And the next important thing is, anyone who is in your nearby, he may not be your relatives. You should also think about it. Because after the day of judgment, Allah Almighty will say, if I was hungry and you didn't give me the food, I was ill and you didn't provide me the medicine, you didn't ask for me. You will say, oh my Allah, you, and these words, these are from the human being. Then he will realize him. There was a time in your neighbor, someone, he was in need of food, and you were knowing it. If you had provided to him, you had come to him, I was there. There was a person who was ill, and that person, he needed medicine, and you were knowing it. If you had come to that place, I was there. So you will add these things to the word of family. Still, family is not complete. How it will complete? You will add one thing more. And what is this? You will add it to the whole ummah. Now, your perception will go beyond the religion, kind Muslims or only Muslim communities. No. You will extend your generosity to all those who are needy and they are in this atmosphere, because Allah Almighty says to the Prophet about the Prophet, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. You are rahmah, mercy for the whole Alameen, said. He didn't say for the Muslimin, for the Mu'mineen. So when you have got this conception, now this is the actual conception of heaven. So remember what we learn, what is taught, what come in our perception, is ultimately go to this way and we love it. And when you give this perception to your children, remember the time will come and the Allah Almighty will show thy blessing upon you, and then you will see how your life is spent and how at the end of your life Allah Almighty will give you contentment, satisfaction, and so many things. So now my words again, that your perception makes your conception, and your conception determines your attitude. Now the creation is for this purpose, that you should obey to Allah Almighty, worship Him, you should be servitude to Him. The level that you reach, that you should come to now, about the Allah Almighty, which we call it marifat. So by ibadat, you will get the marifat. Adam alayhi salam was created, and he was sent down to the earth. And Allah Almighty said, إِهْبِطُوا مِنْهَا جَمِيعًا فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُم مِّنِّي هُدًى فَمَن تَبِعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. And in the second place, فَلَا يَضِلُّ وَلَا يَشْقَى. Now you should come down, but remember, the command and orders will come from my side. You will not make it by yourself. And the one who obeyed, so he will not be repenting in this world and not in that world. He will be having no anxiety and no depression. So this is what Allah Almighty says. I said in the initial word, وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, so this is nafs. Allah has given the organ of perceptions and how he thinks, how he hears. And then the second word is ruh. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. And I again given to this nafs. Alhama is from ilham. Fujuraha wa taqwa. Either he will go to the right way or into the wrong side. Or into the wrong side. There is another ayat Allah says, Inna alayna lal huda. Your hidayat, your guidance is on me. I will tell you about it. You will not make laws and rules for yourself for the guidance. So when this nafs has got both capabilities, it can go to the other sides. How you will control it? And once you control your this nafs, and this is the end of the story, that in this world you will get a position, and we call that position is you get taqwa. You get taqwa. This nafs is of three types. The first one is called nafsi ammara, وَمَا أُبَرِّئُ نَفْسِي إِنَّ النَّفْسَ لَأَمَّارَةٌ بِالسُّوءِ, which will always compel you on the sins. Second is nafsi lawwama, malamat karne wala, which will always give you the don't do it. Allah Almighty will ask. In the society you will see it is never good. And the third part of the nafs which goes to the high level is Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutma'inna irji'i ila rabbiki radiyatan marziyya. Now this nafs mutma'inna, the most satisfied nafs, Allah wants this from you. And when you get this, so what the reward He will give? فَدْخُلِي فِي عِبَادِي وَدْخُلِي جَنَّتِي. Now everything is finished. Now you are in the actual position that you should be called His abad, banda, His servant. And firstly, Jannati, now you should enter into the paradise. This ibadah, I will say a few words. Because whenever this word comes, we usually think that ibadah is just to pray, to fast, to give the card, to go to Hajj. This is ibadah. But the ibadah means is very wide. There is a hadith I will tell you so you will come to know what is ibadah. The angel Gabriel came to the Prophet, peace be upon him. This is the time of Medina Munawwara. He has come in the human shape. And the Rabi is Umar Radhiyallahu anhu. He saw a person having a white cloth. And he come to the Prophet and tell him that I am asking a few questions from you. Will you give me the answer? He said, yes. So he said in front of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and you were astonished. The person is not from Medina Munawwara. He is outsider. He has got white clothes, and there is no dust on his clothes. And he was asking the questions. Man Islam ya Rasulullah, Man Iman. And at the end he asked a question, Man Ihsan ya Rasulullah. What is Ihsan? So the Prophet, peace be upon him, replied to him, اعبدوا ربك أن تعبدوا ربك كأنك تراه. So this is not, ibadah doesn't mean these few things which we call it. Ibadah means your whole life circle, your whole day. So this is not only worship. This is basically your servitude. If you are servant to the Almighty Allah, so servant will do everything according to the command of the Lord, which He is ordering him. So ibadah. So obudu rabbaka ka'annaka tarahu. Do your ibadah in state that you can see the Allah Almighty. Ka'annaka. In the grammar, if you see the word is used, you can't see Him. Because in this word with this eye, you can't see Him. We use the word in the word to go. Probably you think that you can see Allah. فإن لم يكن تراه فإنه يراك. If you can't see him, then you should be having this concept in your mind that he is looking into me every time. So when this concept comes of the ibadah, that Allah Almighty is looking into me, He is Hazir and Nazir. Anything which I am doing in this world, He is looking into me and I am responsible for that income. And I can't deny it. In the Yawm al-Akhirah, Allah will tell him that you have done this thing, if you say no. So Surah Kahf, Allah says, وَوَجَدُوا مَا عَمِلُوا حَاضِرًا. What he has done, the action replay will start. Nowadays we say this is CCTV, so our speed comes down. So those TV and those CCTV which has been boosted by these human beings, what will be the Allah? You can't deny it that time. So this ibadah means your 24 hours. Everything which you are doing, you should always think what I am doing, it will be the result of this. Allah Almighty will definitely ask about this one day. So when He will ask about this, I am responsible for it. So this is not only ibadah in the mosque, your prayer, what you are dealing with your parents, with your relatives, in your job, in the business. What is you are dealing with the human beings, with the human fellows. This all comes in this world of ibadah. So you are responsible for it. So now when the creation is done, the target is given to him. The target of your creation is that you should again get the Jannah and you should get the manifat of Allah Almighty by your ibadah which Allah has given to you. Now human being, everything is given to him. Now here, something is his responsibility and something given him as a right and something is the needs. The responsibility is what should be his relation with the Allah Almighty? What should be his relation with the other human beings? What should be his work in the whole society? These are responsibilities. And what were the needs? So the need of your body. How you will get the shelter, your house, your home. How you will get the food. How you will get the clothes. So what we did, we made the need of the human being not the responsibility and rights and target of the human being as our target and responsibility. Everyone is doing what? He is running against the money, making the villas, want to be having the best car and the best food and the best dress. So this was not the responsibility. This was the need. And you made it your responsibility. Responsibility is how you will make relation with Allah. This was your responsibility. In the other ayah, Allah says, all the amanat which I have given to you, you should give it back to those people to which he belongs. This is Surah An-Nisa. أن ترد الأمانات إلى أهلها. So now this amanat is, what Allah amanat is with me. Why I have been created? So I should give him back to him. He has given me the body. I use the word that this is my body and this is my choice. No. How you created your body? This body is from him. उर्दू में कहते हैं कि मेरी मर्जी मेरा जिस्म मेरी मर्जी. So here you are saying this word. This is amana. You will ask about it. What is the right of your parents? Amana. You will have to provide to them. What is the right of your neighbors? You will have to provide to them. What is the right of your children nowadays especially? We have got everything for the children in the worldly form. You provide them everything in the best way which is concerned with the worldly thing. But when we come to the akhirah, to the life after this, here we lost everything. And remember one thing, and probably this is my last hadith. And Allah Almighty will definitely ask about it. كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ. Every one of you is the husband or the shepherd. كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ. And he will be asked about his herds, about his sheep. So this is for us. One day is coming and we all know. And whatever you provided to them in the worldly farm, and remember one thing I have noted, especially in our area, those people who teach their kids along with the schools, this Kalama Allah, because the Tazkiyah will come from where? From this Quran. And the Tazkiyah will come from where? From the Prophet, peace be upon him, Sunnah. If you teach to your students both the thing at the same time, you are lucky. In this world you will flourish and nourish. And the time when you are living in this world, this is the best sadaqah for you. This will remain continued for you. But if you keep only one side and leave this side, at the end of life you usually see they are repenting. They are seeing to everything and they are losing. Because what was needed for you and what Allah will ask about you. In our language, some of my colleagues from my area in Pushto, we in Pushto say a proverb, everyone will go to his own grave. No, this is not. You will go to your own grave, but there is responsibility on you. And Allah Almighty will definitely ask about those. He will definitely ask about your kids. You are the father, so you are the Ra. And you are the Masool, he will ask about this. So whenever we are providing these things in the worldly farm, schooling, everything, this is very good because this is needed. But this should not be only the part which is needed is also this other. The Prophet, peace be upon him, says, تَرَكْتُ فِيكُمْ أَمْرَيْنِ لَنْ تَضِلُّوا مَا تَمَسَّكْتُمْ بِهِمَا كِتَابُ اللَّهِ وَسُنَّةُ رَسُولِهِ. I have left two things with you. You will never astray. You will never go to the wrong side if you are strongly holding it. One is this book of Allah Almighty, and second is my Sunnah. So this is most important. And I usually ask my students especially that now you have been created by the Almighty Allah and He has given to your body a manual in the form of this Holy Quran. And in this Quran everything is present. Everything is present about you. So how much time you give to this? I was doing one study. This was of the medical students. And this was in Date College, which is, my brother Shehzad Noid, is called the College of the Pious People. And when I did the study on 100 of students, believe me, 85% of the students were telling us, you got no time for the Quran. Now you have got time for everything. And this is the book of Hidayah. Everything is here. I went to the Jordan. There were speeches by so many speakers. So the person who was before coming to the stage, he was from Turkish. He came to the stage and he showed everything. This is WhatsApp or Facebook or internet, so many things. And then he started weeping. I can't prevent my kids from these things. And you can't prevent it because this is the era. They will be having the mobile, the tablet at their hands. But how you will make it for them, it should be rewarding for you for the akhirah and also not spoiling their life. This is your responsibility. This is your responsibility. So how much time we are giving to the Quran? No. Just look into your whole timetable and just divide it in the morning. Then coming to the late night when you are sleeping, Look how much time you have given to this book of Allah Almighty. If you will see. And when you are not giving time to this book, and I usually say, give so much time to this book, ultimately you will realize this is not a book. This is something else. It will make a friendship with you. And make a friendship with it. And when you make friendship with the Holy Quran, what happens, you know? You will be struggling for something, some problem will come. You will be sleeping or you will be roaming, the eye will come in your mind and it will be the whole solution. Oh, this talk with you. You yourself realize it. There is talking with you. So this is needed. So now our responsibility is, when the Prophet peace be upon him, Sunnah is with us. How much pain given to him in the Makkah. Then he migrated to the Medina Munawwara. Then what happened in the Taif? Then what happened in the every step of it? In the Uhud, he is injured. And when the last sermon he is giving, at the end he says, what he says? Have I given you the sermon of Allah and you have accepted? Everyone say yes. Yes. Then ultimately he said, oh Allah, you are seeing to it. And then the last word which is used is Ballighu and Shahidul Ghaib. Now you should, those who are present in front of me, they should take it to those who are not in front of me. Now this is our duty, responsibility. Even this is our responsibility. Allah has chosen us now as a khair al-ummah, as a ummah wasat. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا كُنتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. So as a khair ummah, as an ummah was, now it is our responsibility, and Allah Almighty will definitely ask about it. The day is coming. And the Quran is a smart surah, and Imam Shafi rahimahullah says, if this one surah was present in the Quran and no other surah, this was sufficient. Wal asr, inna al-insana lafi khusr. Allah says, swear on the asr, on the time, on the zamana. Inna al-insana lafi khusr. This insan is always in the khusr. In the lose. He is losing it. He will only stop it by 4 things. إِذَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, he should become the believer. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and he should do the right thing. وَتَوَاسَوْا بِالْحَقِّ, and now whatever he has gained, he will, tawasaw is from wasiyat. Wasiyat, when you give a advice which is more strong. So if tawasaw bil-haqq, he will say to other people, and when he is telling to other people, in this way, definitely he will get so many problems, so many pains, and so many hurdles. And he will do what? وَتَوَاسَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. He will be having the patience. He should be having the patience. He should tolerate it. So this tolerance and patience, nowadays we are losing it. Commonly you see. In the driving you see one person goes ahead of you, you become enemy. So now, my brothers and sisters, in the last I will say, you attach yourself with this Holy Quran, with the Prophet Sunnah. This is our responsibility. One day Allah Almighty will definitely ask about it. And this is the way by which not only we can get what Allah Almighty wants from us, but we can also transfer it to our children, which is our responsibility again. So now about this Quran, the first thing is, at least you should read it. You should read it. The second is, you should understand it. Take any book of translation. Nowadays we have got mobile, there are so many translations. So at least understand one ayah. One ayah. in the whole day. This is sufficient. The meaning of the ayah and the detail of the ayah. There is another hadith. The Prophet says, if a person, when he wakes up and he understands one ayah, it is better from the person who performs 100 rakat of nafil. Now remember, 100 rakat of nafil. In one rakat, you will say the whole Fatiha. You will say the smallest surah, Qul huwallahu ahad Allahu samad. Yawal. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. This is only 3 ayahs. So Surah Fatiha and these are 10 ayahs. In one rakat there are 10 ayahs. In 100 rakat it will reach to 1000. But the Prophet says what? If he understands one ayah from the Holy Quran, it is better from the 100 rakat of nafil. How much time you will spend on day? So at least we should understand. And the third step is, when you understand it, now apply it on yourself. What this is telling me. Don't say it is telling to other people. And everywhere you will see Quran is telling you, do it and don't do it. Do it and don't do it. What is telling me? And the fourth step is, now take this to the other people. This is your responsibility. And the fifth stage is, when you hit the society, that you reach to the high positions. So establish all your laws according to the rules of the Quran and the Hadith. If you didn't obey this order of Allah Almighty, then what will happen, Quran ayah is again very harshly the word is used. If these people who disobey, they leave my zikr, so in the day of Qiyamah, when they will wake up, they will be blind. He will ask from the Almighty Allah, I was okay, why am I blind? And he will reply, because you ignored my Quran. So now you have been ignored. You are blind. So look for their date. Second thing is, we commonly say that the Prophet, peace be upon him, when we do our shafaras, he will tell Allah Almighty, this is my ummah. You should give him a chance in this sin and this sense. This is all common perception. And there is a hadith also in that. Kana shafa'ati min ahlil kubra'i min ummah. The wording is like this. They will do shafa'at of my ummah, gunahi kabair. But in the Quran there is another ayah. وقال الرسول يا ربي إن قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا. He will also say this, Ya Allah, this is my ummah. He lifted this Quran. He did hijrah from this Quran. He lifted. So if at the day of judgment, we have got the concept that he will do my shafaras, and instead of shafaras, he says these words, what will happen to us? What will happen to us? So my dear brothers and sisters, I am again telling you, as a duty, this is our duty. And you should be having this thing in mind, that one day is coming, and it is definitely coming. And Allah Almighty will definitely ask about these kids. See what you have done for them. We bring a dust between the daughters. So every daughter is unhappy. I told him, why you are unhappy? He says, I read the Gray's Anatomy and so many books, but I haven't read this Holy Quran. Now we started. So when Allah Almighty will ask for me, when you were able to read those many books, this smart book, why you didn't give him time? You don't understand if the time is coming, I will ask about it. So make your children, they should be having the habit, they should read the Holy Quran. मैं जब कहता हूँ कि जब ये आप कुरान सिर्फ पढ़ते भी रहते हैं, कुरान का एक ऐसा जस्ता है कि फिर वो पढ़ने में भी आपको एक अजीब कैफियत और मजा महसूस होता है। लेकिन ये किताब हिदायत है, जब किताब हिदायत है तो कम से कम आपने इसको समझ के पढ़ना। और तिलावत के लिए भी ईमान की है कि when you read with understanding. तिलावत doesn't mean you just recitation. ये लफ्ज़ गलत इस्तेमाल करते हैं। It's not a recitation. This means तिलावत means recitation, understanding, and then you also keep it in how I will act accordingly. So these are few words the brother told me that you should come. I didn't read it in the way that, but this was a simple way that I described it. So may Allah Almighty, you the reward for this, because you invited me for this, and also you be the reward for this. And may in the coming time, of this generation, which is rightly on the high head, they are doing nothing but they are targeting these people. And may Allah make us to be around it. And you should take it as a challenge. And once you take the step, Allah Almighty will always provide you the way, inshallah. So,
Should we take some questions from children?
yes.
Okay, children, if you have any questions, anything you